Podcast, you can't win. I touch black and whites just by stroking my chin. Tell Marva got a plan if he just sit in. And we can be the sons and thus fit in. Talking a good game, topics never lame. Conversations just the same, right before they left the brain. Seriously funny, but if you take it seriously, you end up smiling. If not, laugh hilariously. And every Tuesdays we're on the one, so stay in tune before noon. It's the Podical Sons.
It's ridiculously funny.
Reverb throughout the entire room, man. It's shit. Your hands are okay? Your hands okay, man?
It's marvelous.
I mean,
That's just a sonic boom.
The pleasure don't feel as good when the hands are sore, bro.
No, good to go. It's like, bing! That's like, yo. Welcome back to the best no judgment zone space in the world, because neither one of us had law degrees. I am marvelous.
And I'm not your average Joseph.
And we are the Podical Sons. Hope you got your hearing.
And this is Race for the White House 2020.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Race for the White House 2020. I don't know if we'll name it that. We'll name the episode that, or
we'll see what it
actually I had the idea of naming it, because of the topics we're gonna touch upon. I had the idea of naming it Heir Apparent.
Why that?
Because was it 4 or 5 years ago we first became aware of the phrase "I can't breathe."
Yeah.
And today we hear the same sentiment from the same situation. So I thought of dubbing this Heir Apparent because of the double entendre of the heir being the next in line.
Mm-hmm.
It's the parent of it. And shit, we need air, man. And this might be the show to talk about that.
Well, let's air some shit out.
It's apparent that we need air, man. We need air. All right,
air some shit out. So go ahead.
Let's get started, man.
Let's talk about George Floyd, R.I.P. George Floyd in Minneapolis, and the riots that follow his death. So George, how do you start?
I was about to say, where do we start?
Let's start with my favorite area. He was a porn star. R.I.P. to a great, career cut short. His dick wasn't. But,
I was about to say, career cut short, but apparently he wasn't.
No, but I want to say, I seen a few things from doing research on himself.
Yeah.
Not including the whole riot dance or his death and everything like that. This more of his life.
Right.
Before, he was a decent dude. He was a decent dude. He didn't really have no issues, too many problems and all the above.
Yeah, I think the first actual characterization I got of him was from Steven Jackson, when Steven Jackson made the post saying how, dude was a good dude. He was, trying to get his life in order and so forth like that. Prior to that, I didn't hear anything else towards him. Usually, they're quick to dig up dirt on somebody.
Important.
That being, but I mean, again, that didn't come till later. But even with that said shit.
Well, I mean, he died early in the week, right?
He
died early in the week and stuff, whatever. And then,
but I'm pretty sure they were digging.
Everybody was digging.
And they probably had porn, but probably were digging for something a little bit more.
I mean, you got to, because I look at it and stuff as that. Where do you benefit with this narrative, and where do you stand on this side of the story?
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah. I mean, you have to dig and stuff for everything, because, I mean, I feel like some people look for a reason to justify certain type of things. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, if this guy was a bad guy, they'd be like, yo, if we didn't put him down, like, say, touch wood, that if he was a pedophile or something like that, there are more kids that got touched.
Right.
So they're just looking for means and stuff, whatever, to say, like, this is the reason why we did.
And we've seen it in many other cases where, as soon as something has happened, they're quick to focus on this person's, this area of this person's life, or this, they tend to find the one bad that they may have done amongst 1,000 goods.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's human nature, though.
Human nature.
It's human nature. That's the reason why, like, I always, like, I'm a big fan of just leading off with your bad when you meet a person.
Right.
Because if I lead off with the bad, like, about myself, your view of me is low to the earth. When you hear about the goods, all it is going up.
It's just raising.
If you're next in line to be God,
Yeah.
and then you hear that person field goal, punt, and kicks chihuahuas through a goalpost,
Mm-hmm.
your view from that one bad has ruined you down from, like, being God, next in line to be God, right?
Yeah.
Heir apparent.
Heir apparent.
So, so George, he was a decent dude and everything and stuff. With him, an officer that I don't like to give people the steam and the energy and stuff, whatever. If you've noticed that about me, like, if you're kind of like actual monster,
right?
I don't like to give them fuel and stuff like that, because I don't want their name to be nowhere tied to coming out of my mouth.
I mean, we try our best to focus on the topic itself and not so much the person.
Correct. So, I mean, for the officers that have done everything,
right,
played their part, and then to the direct officer that did that, a life was cut short for no reason, no justifiable reason. Other police officers turned to social media saying that there's no police training, to the way how the knee to the neck, can't breathe. Nothing like that has been taught through police academy. They don't know where they got this from.
Right.
And
okay, so he wasn't using a standard police move.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Because I think that's something that should be pointed out, because I think one of the initial videos, a bystander was yelling out that he knows that move, he recognizes that move. So it kind of had me thinking that it was standard. But it's good to see that police have come forward and kind of cleared the air, saying, "Hey, no, we don't have this sort of training.
Right.
Right. This is not by the book.
Right.
Typically."
So, yeah, and the life was cut short with the knee, cutting off the man's oxygen and everything like that. Yeah, I don't know. Your thoughts on this? I'm done with the murder porn.
It's funny because when I first watched it, and like I say this all the time. Sometimes watching news, watching social media, the whole thing is surreal. It's like I'm watching something out of a movie. Whereas, you can watch the movie and know that, okay, what's happening behind this, what's happening in front of you is not real.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's fake. And you say to yourself, oh man, that could never happen in a real life situation. Sometimes watching movies.
Okay.
Right? But it's like now you're watching the news, you're watching social media, and you're saying shit happen in real life that you watch the movies and say, nah, that's too far-fetched to happen in real life situation. So now with me, it kind of hit like that, because I'm like, okay, we've been going through this whole song and dance about police brutality for the past how long now? It's
Rodney King,
right? So we're going all the way back from Rodney King, right?
Right. So that's when I guess it's kind of been to direct media control. Everything else stuff, whatever, was more hearsay. More hearsay. They wanted to see it. So say 90s?
And it's funny that you mentioned Rodney King, because, again, that whole incident, to what's happening today, that whole incident was ahead of its time. Because, and I say that because the reason why we are getting privy to so much information now is because of the cameras, right?
Right.
And to think about, if we go all the way back to Rodney King, that shit was happening all the time. It's just that it was caught by a camera, right? For us to actually physically see and say, okay, there's no way y'all can sweep this under the rug. We see it with our own eyes. You understand? So a lot of these incidents that are happening now, we see with our own eyes. But it's just the fact that I'm seeing these things. We know that we see these things with our own eyes. We know there's so much tension that's going on with the police and the black community. We know that cameras are out on full force, right? So to see an officer who I gotta think to myself knows all these things as well as I know, still disregard all of that and kind of maintain that level of force to the point where I don't even care if the cameras are watching me or not. I don't care if this motherfucker's underneath my knees saying that I'm choking him to death. I ain't gonna let up because I'm the police. I'm backed by the law. Ain't nothing gonna happen to me, and I ain't scared. I ain't worried about shit. To the point where I almost felt like, yo, now he's taunting us. He's doing this on purpose. Is the kind of feeling that I got, and I'm like, shit, I can't even. How do I feel like that? Because, like I said again, I could see this on the movies and not have that feeling, right? But here it is. This is the actual news that I'm seeing this on. So it left me dumbfounded. It left me wondering, where are we at as a society where the police feel so much power, feel so much to the point that they're untouchable, where they feel that they can just do this sort of thing and get away with it, even if he thought he was gonna kill the person or not, because he probably didn't think the person was gonna die underneath his knee. I'll give him that much of benefit of the doubt, right?
Right.
But to the fact that this person's underneath your knee and is telling you that you're not, he can't breathe, right? Your fellow officers are beside you with knees on him to make sure he can't move, right? Your whole bravado is still to the point where you don't even think it's necessary for you to just let up a little bit off the neck. I ain't even saying you take your leg off him, but to just to let up a bit and move your knee down, so where, if this man's complaining, fine, okay, you know what, I'll ease up and let you breathe. Like, it don't even, that thought doesn't even dawn into your mind. So when I think about it and that thought doesn't even dawn into your mind, then to me, yeah, this is purposely done at this point, right? So now I gotta try, I can't wrap my head around what the motivation could be. I mean, is it that much hate for Black people? Is it that much, separation between the Black community and the police, where you gotta now, I don't even know what to say, you gotta not enforce your superiority? Because that's what that was. That was past the law at that point. Now you're forcing your superiority on the situation.
Because other officers said that's not standard move. I don't know. So too many things come to a head.
Like what? Like when you first seen? Like what was the incident that you got when you first seen it? I mean, I know where
me. I was forced to watch it.
Yeah.
I'm done watching like I said, I'm over the murder porn. I'm over murder porn and stuff.
Like I didn't watch the Aubrey.
I got suckered into it and stuff.
I didn't watch that.
Somebody threw it in the group chat, whatever, and then I mentioned it and stuff with it. I'm like, yo, y'all throw this in the group chat and shit. Like, again, I'm out.
Yeah.
So when it came to this, it wasn't in the group chat. It was someone and stuff I knew. She made me, when she said, shit, can you believe this shit? And she sent it to me and stuff. And I was like, I told her don't send me no shit like that and stuff again. I seen it, wasn't a fan. This is countless going to happen over and over again. Not just I can't breathe, but cops taking a Black person's life. When I seen it, several thousand of thoughts came to my head and stuff, and my brain is weird like that.
Yeah.
I think one thing came through was I'm like, how come you need so many people on the one dude? So my dude must be huge.
Right.
So
right.
the footage I seen was first a choking thing and stuff, whatever, and then like other videos stuff surfaced like before when they just put him in cuffs and everything. Yeah, he towered over like especially the Asian cop.
Yeah,
towered over him, and I was looking. I'm like, why would you need so many people and stuff to hold one dude down? But then I thought about like, okay. And one thing came to mind was I think there was one dude, a cop tried to restrain a dude, like bring him to the squad car to throw cuffs on him. Yeah. And the dude hit like a Barry Sanders little juke and just took off running. And the cops couldn't catch him. Two cops couldn't catch him and stuff, whatever. So I'm like, I guess you're assuming this guy might outrun you guys or might overpower you. Yeah. So this is why you need so many guys and stuff to hold them down and stuff like that. Then when the thing happened, awful. I had nothing positive to say about it after that, whatever. So I don't try to come with the negativity. It just rubbed me the wrong way. But I'm like, what else do you expect to happen? We don't vote. We don't do some type of things and stuff. Whatever. We have the power. We don't utilize our power. Like I said, I'm a gamer. You know the rules of the game. You're only allotted like so many type of techniques and things you can do within a video game. Right. Your goal is to beat that video game by the rules that they give you. Right. They've given us rules that we have to vote. They've given us rules that we should support each other. They've given us certain type of things and stuff. Yes, we know that the rules of the game and stuff is that they've done so many things systematically to suppress us, to stop us from doing other things and all the above. Yeah. We know the rules. Yeah. That doesn't make okay, we know the rules, so we're not going to play the game. Right. Then we're not going to get any better. Right. This is going to continue on and stuff whatever. So when I seen it, I'm like, I said to the person, like, I hope you don't think this is the last of many. She's like, there's going to be a racial war that's going to go down and stuff in America. I'm like, there always is. Yeah. And this is not the last of it and stuff, whatever, right? So the whole situation rubbed me the wrong way. Not a fan. I feel like, was I distraught? Was I sad? Was I upset? I don't want to say I come to a point where I'm jaded, but I feel like it's stuff whatever. It was just kind of like a damn, another situation like this took place again. So I want to say, in a weird way, my brain is normalizing situations like this.
Yeah, and I mean, for me, it's not even the fact that we're normalizing situations like this. Mm-hmm. The timing of everything for me personally, because unless in a weekend we had 3 incidents. Mm-hmm. We had the lady calling the police on the black guy in the park, right? We had the other woman, I think it was the same weekend, who did something to a special needs child and then said it was black people who did it.
Yeah.
Right? And then we have this, right? And I'm saying, I'm like, in a time where just the weekend before, our focus was on trying to stay alive during COVID-19. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? This weekend, it's like COVID-19 is nowhere to be found in the news at all. It's all about race and race rioting.
I mean, people are already wearing masks to protect themselves from COVID.
People out there, so, and kudos to those.
It's kind of like they already have ready to riot.
Kudos to those who are out there in their masks on, still keeping that thread alive, because it hasn't gone anywhere. Oh, I don't think it's gone anywhere. Mm. It's just the fact that now, here it is that we have an issue that, in my opinion, shouldn't supersede COVID-19.
Yes.
It shouldn't. We know it will, but it shouldn't.
You're right. It shouldn't. But I feel like it still aligns with COVID-19, because if the whole thing is about social distancing, how do you social distance riot? Like, I see tons of people and stuff like breaking into like the Gucci stores and all these other stores that's been closed down for COVID purposes. Yeah. And they're like right next to each other trying to shatter the glass and try to get into these places. I'm like, that's not social distancing. What the fuck does Marv know?
All right. Well, since you brought that up, let's talk about what's your thought about about looting, about this whole looting part?
I'm not a fan of the looting thing. In the poor black areas, because I want to say, yo, if you're looting in like some, if it was to happen here in Toronto, if you're looting in Yorkville, I mean, you do your thing. Here's my thing, because the businesses in your local area are people most of the time from your area.
Right.
Most of the time.
Like
85% of the time, most of the time is that other people and stuff, they live from outside area and just build business and stuff into the area or whatever, right? Those businesses that get hurt are the local businesses, the people from the area and everything. I think there's one guy, he said he saved his whole life savings and stuff, went into open up a restaurant.
Yeah.
Restaurant bar, and they did that there, and he was just in tears and just devastated and everything like that. He was another black man, just like George was a black man and everything, just trying to make ends meet.
Here's my thing. I think when I see looting, I just think of it as an opportunistic crime. I don't think, for me, it has nothing to do with protesting.
Mm-mm.
It has nothing to do with justice. It just, all it has to do with, I wanted those sneakers from last 2 years from now. Some shit is going on. Now's my opportunity to get those damn sneakers.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's to the point where it takes away from what we're trying to accomplish more than it adds to it.
Absolutely.
Right? And it's how do you get poor and disenfranchised people to understand that hey, it's doing, you're looting for the stuff that you may need, that you may want, that you probably couldn't get otherwise, but it's not beneficial on the overall scheme of things. It's not beneficial.
That's creative conversation for you. How do you get poor people to understand that that's not the way? If you have nothing and you realize you take something, you go kind of from nothing to something, though. So if I have $0.0 to my name, I take it like 2 TVs,
right?
And I find a way to sell and flip these 2 TVs. Say I sell TVs for like $50 a piece. I now have $100.
Well, this is what I'm saying. I mean, and I go back to say, like, it has absolutely nothing to do with what we're fighting for, what we're protesting for.
I agree with that.
But at the same time, I'm gonna look at it as
opportunity knocks.
If I'm somebody who's poor, right?
Mm-hmm.
This could be a way that can give me some sort of come up.
Leverage, yeah.
I'm not going to say that I wouldn't be involved.
Right.
I'm not going to say that, right?
Right.
So it's like, how do you come to that point where you say to the poor or the less fortunate, saying, yeah, I understand that this could be a come up, this could help you with your come up, but it's not the way. It's actually interfering what we're trying to accomplish over here.
You just gotta say it to that camera. That's it.
It's not the way. What we're trying to accomplish over here, this whole looting and burning shit down, it may make us feel good at the moment, but it solves absolutely nothing. It solves absolutely nothing. So what are the ideas, right? So I mean, when this is raised, I'm always at the standpoint, and I heard I can't remember who the gentleman was, but I heard him raise this point. They're saying why the black race or black people are constantly disrespected the way we are. And his thing was playing up straight the way I always think. Because we have no economical power. We have no economic structure that says, hey, we are a valuable player on the world market, right?
Mm.
And if we decide not to play, the market is affected. Chinese, they have economic power, right?
Okay, give me a definition of economic power before you go in.
When I say economic power, we don't own anything. we can't.
So we don't own anything. Okay.
We can't survive.
But we spend our dollars more than any other race.
No. That is correct.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. I'm just trying to get clear.
We have capital. We have capital.
We have capital.
We don't have economic power.
Okay.
Two different things.
Right.
Right? So we can buy whole, and that's what I said. We make the economy turn. We just don't make the economy turn for us. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So now, because we don't make the economy turn for us, we don't have power in that stratosphere. If you pick on an Asian today, right, and piss off the entire Asian community, and it gets back to China, and China decides to say, well, either you treat us better, or we're gonna shut down the market until you treat us better. You know what's gonna happen?
Market shut.
They're gonna start they're not gonna let the market shut.
So
they're gonna start treating those people better.
That's a new way to look at it.
We have things. U.S. has people with it. The U.S. has a section what they call economic hitmen.
Okay.
When a country is not playing by their rules, or not playing in the stratosphere that the economics flows properly, they send in their provocateurs. They send in their people
economic hitmen
to go destabilize the country. So now economics, put in somebody who's gonna make economics works, and if that's all they care about, at the end of the day, that's all it is. The bottom line is capital, right?
Right.
So one of the things I suggested was, well, how do we fight? Well, how do we fight this power? I said, well, we gotta hit them with the only thing that they care about. You could kill 6, 7, 10, 20 dozen cops. They're just gonna hire new cops. That's not going to stop them from doing what they're doing. But make it one Friday where every black person in North America says, I ain't buying a single thing. I ain't spending a single dollar, right? Unless it's within my community. And those who I spend it within my community, they're not spending it outside of that community. So make it be that, the Thursday we gotta supply up everything, make sure everything is good. We do that, right? On top of it, if we're really serious and saying, hey, we are not going to buy anything, and I picked a Friday. I said, make it be Black Friday. Because Black Friday is a Friday where companies are racing to get that bottom line before the year's end.
We like togetherness though. That Friday can be the Friday.
But this is what I'm saying.
Okay.
This is what I'm saying. This is where we have to find it within ourselves to say,
You've been
hey,
saying that for the longest.
This is where we got to find it in ourselves, Mark, because as much as we love a deal, they know we love a deal. They know everybody loves a deal. That's why they give us Black Friday. They're not trying to help us out. They're just trying to get rid of shit that they're supposed to get rid of before the end of the year is up to hit those books, make those books look nice and pretty, right? So let's say now you pick that Black Friday and you say, all the black people in North America, shit, if we can get it worldwide to pop, we get it worldwide to pop, where you don't spend a single dollar. Then you say to himself, not only we're not spending a single dollar, but every black person stay home that day. You don't go to work. You don't buy gas. You don't move.
Don't buy gas. No. I like it. I'm not gonna lie. I like it.
Think of that Friday. Think of that one Friday alone, what that would do to the economy.
Just make it once a month.
We should.
Just make it once a month.
We should until our demands are met. This is how we fight them. This is how we fight them because they don't understand anything else but capitalism.
Once a month. I'm with it. This Friday, I won't spend a single cent. I fill up on gas, do what I have to do, and everything like that. And Friday, go to work. my tank is already full.
I'm not
zero
like
cents.
there's got to be a way now where we stand in unity and do this. I mentioned this with the when gas prices was going up. I said, yo, they raise gas prices because we allow them to do. We give them the power to do that, right? But I simply said, if we pick Shell one Friday, right? Or we just said or each day of the week, and I mean we got maybe what 3 or 4 top dogs gas wise in Canada. I don't know how many it is in the US.
A few, yeah.
Right? But if you let's say there's 5 or more, right? 5 days of the week, if you boycott one a day, right? And don't buy anything from that, yo, they're gonna feel it.
Of course. Any company would.
And then now they're gonna scratch their head and be like, well, why ain't you buying this? Well, your gas is too high. Lower your gas price. So now, while he's feeling it, the other guys, they're making off okay because you're still buying gas from them. But then their day comes by and they're feeling it. So now they got to rethink the situation. Well, why are they doing this to us? Well, we think gas is too high. Lower your gas prices and then we'll start buying gas to you. You gotta hit them where it counts. They don't care about dying people in the street. That's probably less taxes that you gotta the less money that you gotta spend, less this, that, and the third you gotta worry about. The one less they already trying to depopulate, say they don't really care.
You should make this into one of your TikTok challenges then.
It should be a TikTok. I mind you, I've seen a few people. I mentioned it maybe a week or so ago, and then I seen I think 2 days ago, I seen somebody posted Tip had the same idea. Right? He was calling for somebody to I think it was sometime in July the 7th or July. One of those there's a date in July where he's calling for black people not to spend any money at all.
I'm down with the first Friday of the month. First Friday of the month?
I'm down with it.
I won't spend $0.
I'm down with it.
I will buy what I need to buy on a Thursday, and if I need to pick up anything, I'll wait till the Saturday.
That's it.
And we'll call it our Black Friday.
But there's got to be a way where we are like we make the world go around. Like we spend. Ain't nobody who spent as much as we do.
We do. Reach one, teach one. We have a platform.
Ain't nobody spent as much money as we do. So if we want to create change, then we got to make it. We got to do it where it makes sense.
Does it?
Yeah. Shit, if you really want to make sense out of it, somebody form an institution and all that money that you thought you were going to spend that day, put it to that institution.
No, but that's what I'm saying. You have a Friday, right? Like you're saying, you have the Friday. We'll say the first Friday of the month. And you know for a fact it's a Black-owned business. Yeah. And that's where you only spend your money. So if it came to an emergency purpose and stuff, whatever, where you might need toilet paper. You forgot to pick up toilet paper and stuff, whatever. Why not go to a mom and pop little bodega, corner store type of shop and just spend it, whatever. Damn, it might be expensive and everything like whatever, but you're only putting the money to them. To the Black business.
That's it.
I like it. I like it.
That's it.
It's not a protest. It's not a protest. And even the non-Blacks can support it.
Even the non-Blacks can support it. But what that really does is make people now, the bigwigs, the Fortune 500 companies.
Start looking at Black companies.
Start looking at Black companies. Not only that, start looking at police and say, hey, you're costing us.
Mm-hmm. I dig it. How do you feel about CNN getting arrested on TV?
Man, listen. You know, I shouldn't be laughing. I mean, but some of the shit that I see,
you gotta laugh, man. Tupac said you gotta find a way to smile within the dark times.
It's comical, man. It's comical. I mean,
first of all, they arrested the darkest person in the group first. You
knew that was gonna happen because he was the ringleader.
But I was like Omar Jimenez. I was like,
with a name like Omar, he was going down first. He was going down first. Come on.
Yeah. Omar, he went down first.
Yeah, he was.
Then the producer, and then other people, the crew, then the cameraman, and then the cops walked off with the cameras. I was watching the whole thing because it was early morning.
Oh, the cops walked off with the camera too?
Yeah, so it was early morning and stuff, whatever. Because sometimes I wake up before Jesus, and sometimes I don't. So it was on Friday and stuff and everything like that. And I was like, all right, let's get this day over with. And, you know, I'm drinking my tea and everything like that. And then somebody tried to live stream it. So I was like, what? And they was trying to live stream through WhatsApp.
Okay.
So it took me right to the thing and stuff, whatever. And it was in the middle of things. Like, I missed it. I missed most of it.
Right.
So I just see like this person go off and everything like that. So I'm like, I want to see the rest of it. But then like around 9 a.m., the full beginning piece that I missed, I was like,
came back. Right.
I was like, ain't this about a bitch? So it was 6 o'clock our time, 6 o'clock in the morning our time on Friday.
Yeah.
5 something their time because they're mountain time. Minnesota's in the, you know, time zones and everything like that. And I was laughing.
Right.
I was like,
and it makes you wonder, like, what's the mandate that's being given? Because
Minnesota's fucked with no lubrication.
Because
after this, they got a lot to answer for.
Before the CNN, I was watching this clip on IG, right? And it was this. You've seen the same clip. The lady news reporter. She crossed over. You can hear like she was there with her cameraman. You know, you can hear her talking to somebody back in the studio, another lady back in the studio. And the lady back in the studio is saying, you know, asking her what's going on, and she's like, "Yeah, I think we're good here."
Oh, Pepper Poppin' Patty.
Pepper Poppin' Patty.
Oh, they lit her ass up.
She was like, yeah, I think we're good here. We just, I guess, we're on the other side of the barrier. Now she's going to.
It ain't safe.
She's going to report
for the black
people.
or the white girl.
She's going to report people, and she's walking towards the scene, and all of a sudden, all I hear is, "Ow! Ooh, oh! Ow! Ooh, ow!"
Mm-hmm.
Then I seen the gun turn towards the cameraman, and I just seen fire from the nozzle. I'm like, "Oh shit! They're shooting at the news crew." Right. At the same time, I'm saying that in my head, the reporter's like, "They're shooting at us. They're shooting at us," and I'm saying,
"But you don't know who is who," and that's the thing though, because it's kind of like. Yo, salute to Insecure. I was watching Insecure one day and stuff with her, and like the girl threw a block party.
Yeah.
And when the whole block party thing was popping off, she thought one of her people was like, "Oh, the press is here," so she assumed the press was like local news, possible cable news, and everything like that, whatever. And she's like, "Oh, so what time should I expect to see us on the news?" She's like, "Oh, no, girl, I'm working my Instagram channel and stuff, whatever. This is just for my Instagram." So you don't know who's credible and who's not. Where as much as now you're in a hostile situation where everything over there is hostile, you turn your back and this area might not be hostile.
I get that, Mark. I get that. But there's a difference between you and I as a blogger versus a news crew.
Is it?
Yeah, because news crew, they got the big shoulder cam with the big news logo on it. She hold the mic with the big news logo on it. You understand? So
we got a flag on our microphone.
Yeah,
I mean, ain't no problem to get a camera like that's just small enough to kind of. Did you see how big the camera was? You didn't see how big the camera was.
But guess what? You're out there on the street, right? Mm-hmm. You pick out the Podical Sons logo on the mic, right?
Right.
Same time, you pick up another person out there with a camera.
Mm-hmm.
And they got City TV. They got City TV on their mic flag.
Right.
We already know who City TV is.
Right.
Without even questioning. We know that's the news.
We know who CNN is. But that's what I'm saying. You, like I said, from a human standpoint and stuff, or from a defensive standpoint and stuff, whatever, if you got hostiles over here, hostiles over there, and you got friendlies over here and stuff, whatever, but then there's more hostiles over here, you might strike at whatever.
I think the mandate is to strike at whatever.
Pretty much.
I think they know it's CNN that they're shooting at.
Hope. Hope.
I think they do know.
You can't speak. I can't speak for nobody.
I think the mandate is, listen, keep everybody, including the press, because the press is going to report unbiased.
Absolutely.
Unbiasedly, right?
Everybody's going to report.
Shit, if you're going to do something that needs to be underneath the radar, then you got to keep the press away too.
But everybody's press now.
Well, thank God everybody pressed. Well,
this is America.
The fact that everybody pressed now is why we're in this situation.
This is the camera. Everybody's press. Everybody is press. Hey, what are you doing over there with your knee on the man's neck? By the way, whoever was it the chick? Was it the chick who was recording the thing?
Yeah.
Bro, I don't like that chick. I do not like that chick. I'm gonna tell you why. Real talk. I'd rather take the charge and stuff, whatever, to try and attempt to save than to just sit there and make more murder porn. We've been glorifying this murder porn, whatever. The XXX Tentacion dude, whatever, the triple X Tentacion dude.
Yeah.
When he died, there was cameras all in his face, whatever, his lifeless body. We've been doing this thing too much. Like that. This. I'd rather take the charge. Take the charge.
I think we got to realize that there's strength in numbers, and if we all move in one accord, then it's impossible to stop us. Because during that whole episode, I seen a couple people like they wanted to walk towards it, and then the one Asian cop kept coming like this, and then people kept backing away from the Asian cop. And I'm like, yo,
kick me,
there's
Bruce.
more of you.
Kick me, Bruce.
There's more of you than
I'd rather
him.
you to kick me. I'd rather you to kick me to know. I tried. You went to jail. They's like, Marv, you went to jail and stuff, whatever. What did you think you would do? Try to save his life. That's the only reason why I got arrested.
Yeah.
I'd rather live with that title than to live with the fact that I just have the phone there to record and watch this, and now I uploaded it and stuff to the world to show this. Take me to jail. Fuck it. Next question. That's me. That's what I said. That's it. Let's talk about the Toronto situation. Let's talk about the local shit. Because normally we start with locally, but this is a worldwide thing. It's not just a North American thing. It's a worldwide thing because everybody knows COVID is still going on, like you said.
Right, yeah.
But they're looking at, especially like in America, like, y'all got time to riot? Y'all got time to not practice social distance with this?
Yeah.
And everybody's fear is the second wave?
Yeah.
Regis Korchinski-Paquet. Young lady was... So the story that came out and stuff, whatever, is that her mother called police.
Yes.
On her.
Right.
Her mother said she had mental issues. She had a mental break, and her mom couldn't tame her. So that's the reason why she called police.
Right.
After she called police, the police went inside. The mother stayed outside. The police went in to go deal with her and everything. And after that, the young lady, certain things happened. We don't know. Still in the air.
Right.
Went over the balcony.
Right.
She went over the balcony and was killed. To the cops' words, she jumped. To the family and friends, they said the cops pushed her or aided her to kill herself.
Right.
Whatever, right? And they said, what they know of her, it seems out of her character.
Right.
The fact that the mom and stuff, whatever, called and everything like whatever, it's already out of her character and stuff like that. It's beyond the mom's control.
Right.
We're in a situation now, I feel, my opinion, that we have a gray area. We don't know what went down, but we want to claim it's foul play. If I can be the first dirtbag and stuff, whatever, to be crucified, if it does prove that the cop chucked her over the balcony and stuff, whatever, by all means.
Yeah.
I'll be the first dirtbag and stuff to eat these words and stuff again. I have no problem doing that, whatever. But my thing and stuff is that when do we react? Do we react when we get all the information or part of the information?
Well, I mean, see, and that's the thing with me. I didn't react right away.
Right.
Because, okay, so first and foremost, how I heard about it, somebody sent me the post of the brother.
Oh, the person knows the brother or something like that?
So I guess I don't know if the person knew the brother, but the brother was on either IG Live or one of them, and he was at the scene. He was walking around with a phone in his hand saying, they murdered my sister. They murdered my sister. This is what's happening right now in Toronto. This is what's happening right now in Toronto. This is happening all over the world. My sister, she was thrown over the 21st floor, right? They're saying this, that, and a third. She's a Christian. She would never take her life. We don't do those things. That's what he said. That's what the brother said.
I would say Christians don't commit suicide.
That's what the brother said.
All right, cool
right?
things, run it. Run it.
So again, you know, first thing that came to my mind was, oh shit, this is happening here because
everybody's focusing on George and the riots from George.
This is what's going on, right?
Right.
And the way how he was speaking, he was speaking with the conviction that he knew 100% for sure this is what happened, right? And again, this is early, so nobody knows the particulars. We're only just going by what gentleman has said, right? First questions that came to my mind though was, okay, because he said there was a multitude of police up in the apartment, right? So I'm saying, well, usually when police are called to a scene, it'll be one or two, right? If there's a group of people being called to a scene, then it's a situation where one or two can't handle, right? So I'm like, okay, so what is the situation that one or two cannot handle? That we don't know. That we don't know, right? What transpired in that apartment, the only people that are gonna know are the police, and unfortunately the young lady, Regis, who's now passed. You know what I mean? Other than that, we only know facts leading up to the situation and the body after. Right? Okay, so all right, so let's start talking about the stuff leading up to the situation. The police were there because the mom called the police there, right? The mom called the police there because she was unable to control
her daughter.
Right? So now, for me, it becomes a situation of, were the police able to control her?
Probably
not? Probably not.
But that's what I'm saying. When do we react as people?
Well, that's what I said. I wasn't willing to willing to react because I don't know what it was.
And I agree and stuff was that I wouldn't react. And stuff for that. And so quick, yes, black girl, white police. Racial war brewing in North America. The narrative is sexy. Hands down.
Yeah.
The narrative is sexy and stuff people will follow.
Right.
You follow a sexy chick, that's what happens. The narrative is sexy and stuff like that, whatever. My opinion, you wait till you get as much information as possible before you react.
Right.
The family spoke to, I guess, like a lawyer, and then the lawyer spoke to the media like a day or two after.
Yes.
2 days later, wasn't it? Yeah, I believe it was 2 days.
About 2 days.
About 2 days later and stuff, and everything like. And the lawyer still didn't let off that much information and stuff, whatever. But when that brother took to social media and everything like whatever.
That was like the day.
Wildfire.
The day of.
Wildfire.
That was the
wildfire.
Day of. Yeah.
I looked, everything Toronto-based and stuff was off her.
Yeah.
It spread like wildfire and stuff. And I didn't know what was going on.
Well, like I said, somebody sent me the clip first, right? And after they sent, it's like, look, I want to say literally maybe 10 to 15 minutes after they sent me the clip, I started seeing it up on IG, like piling up on IG, this, that, and the third. I didn't even know her name by that point. So when people were saying her actual name, I had to make 2 and 2 together to say, okay, this was the clip that I got earlier. Right? This was happening before, I got the clip before even any news got there. Any news reports. This is the brother on the scene reporting it. Right? So, again, it's a situation where you just don't know, because we know how cops can be. So we can't swear for the cops.
We're not swearing for nobody. You don't swear for nobody.
At the same time, we're not privy to know what went on in that situation. It's not like the Georgia where we physically seen what happened.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I think we react, or people and stuff in general, they react when they don't have that much of the information. And that's the scary thing and stuff, whatever, because it's even comes to a point, I want to say, well, riots aren't kicking off here for her, but when they're protesting and they're going in and stuff, whatever, on the police, how do you protest something when you don't have all the information on something?
And
It's the same.
I'm trying, and see, and this is what I'm trying to figure out. Are they trying to figure out? What I'm trying to figure out is what is it that they're actually protesting? Are they protesting because they feel that
it's a white cop killing a black girl, throwing her off a balcony?
Okay, are they protesting that, or are they protesting the way the situation is handled? Because if I'm looking at it, if you're protesting by the way the situation is handled, then I can understand that, right? If you're a crisis unit, right, and you're going up to you're going to look for somebody on the 21st floor who you've already been given information on that's belligerent, right? I'm part of a crisis team, right? First thing I'm looking at is my surrounding areas. How can this person harm themselves or harm me, right?
Right.
So if I know this person is not stable, I'm posting somebody at the balcony door.
Depends. Yeah, well, you gotta scope out the scene.
You're scoping out the scene, and you're assessing anything that can possibly, because you're dealing
right.
with somebody who is mentally unstable.
Right.
So the first thing that should come to your head is, shit, I'm on the 21st floor.
I gotta get by the balcony.
People run and dive off balconies all the time. So you know what? Let me block this and make sure that this is not a way that this lady is going to do anything.
I
can see. If you're arguing it from that perspective, I can see that.
I don't think they're arguing from that perspective.
Okay.
From the stuff that I've seen and stuff that on CB24 to like social media and everything, they're not. It's not from that perspective.
Because they're arguing from the perspective that they flat out killed this.
Right.
That's
what they're arguing, the perspective and stuff. Because see, and my thing and stuff is just like when I'm watching, I remember, I never forget, and I use Tony Romo and stuff, whatever it is. I know it's not football time and stuff. I kind of miss football. It's going to come back. But
I heard basketball coming back too.
Basketball coming back too in Disney World.
Yeah, I bought stock in Disney.
Yeah, right. Exactly. There's a part where Tony Romo said, you guys watching or commentating on what we're doing on the field compared to being live and direct in the situation are two different worlds.
Oh, yeah.
Tony Romo, who's now a commentator and stuff, whatever, said, you guys don't understand the fathom, the pressure, the weight of everything and stuff, what's going on in live time.
Right.
From that situation.
Right.
And those words, like I said, don't focus on the jewelry, focus on the jewels. Like, you don't worry about the jewelry store.
Yeah.
You focus on the jewels. The words itself is very, very powerful because let's say he or she, crisis negotiator and stuff, walks in there. She's already by the balcony door. How do you get said person to come away from the balcony door to another part in an apartment?
Right.
We don't know. And that's the thing. So my thing and stuff is that you can't blame the people who are trying to do their job. And but I think they just removed that because remember, you have a badge brotherhood and then you got civilians.
Yes.
Whatever, right? And because the badge brotherhood is not snitching or not snitching.
Yeah, they ain't snitching.
No. But if you have a secret society, you're not telling nobody about your secret society.
Right. Yeah.
Whatever, right? Yeah. You have, like, that's it. That's your secret realm, your secret world, and you and your bodies and stuff operate there. If they're not in there, they're not meant to know.
Right.
So I get it. I understand the stuff for both sides. But and like I said, to know for a fact that if it was to take place where these people chucked this girl off the balcony and stuff for that, and she was already mentally unstable, that would suck a whole bunch more. And my heart still goes out to the family.
It's insane. 100% my heart goes out to the family.
Still goes out to the family. You still lost a loved one.
And again, it's like, and this is the fucked up situation about it, because at the end of the day, we know how police are. Mm-hmm. So to even suggest something that it's not out of the reach. It's not out of the reach.
It's not far-fetched.
It's not out of the reach.
It's not far-fetched. I agree. I fully agree. Real quick again, rapper Houdini shot and killed in downtown Toronto. Are black men safe? Period.
Yeah, as long as you're not a rapper.
You think?
Dude.
George wasn't a rapper. He was a porn star.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. In Toronto.
Oh. So in America, you ain't safe as regular black man. But if you're a rapper
in Toronto, then you yeah. Yeah.
All right. So yeah, my official bootleg rapper dream and just died.
No. Curb that to the side.
Yeah. That's definitely because I'd rather that to die than for me to die. So we'll use that. About Toronto Sun. Are you gonna cancel? Are we canceling Toronto Sun? We live in cancel culture now. People feel irate about what they said. Who made Houdini disappear?
Yeah. I can't really cancel anything that I don't follow.
I used to look at Toronto Sun. They got the Sunshine Girls.
Yeah, but it kind of went south even with the Sunshine Girls.
Yeah. The quality
kind of went south. So I gotta stop. You know what I mean? Messing with it. But yeah, I mean, it's insensitive. It's fucked up. They know what they did. They know what they said. But
the narrative. They're trying to sell the narrative.
They're trying to sell the narrative, right? And they're owned by who they owned by. I don't know, but they're owned by somebody. They're owned by they're part of a conglomerate.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I noticed because usually sometimes when somebody does something foul, another paper will take the advantage, or competitor will take the advantage to pick on them, and so forth. I didn't see nobody jump up and say, "Hey, these guys were disgusting." That's because they're pretty much owned by the same people that own the competitors.
Gotcha.
So I at some point I was like, yeah, they're not gonna, you know what I mean? They're not gonna go against this. They're not gonna look out against this. They're owned by the same people who own the news channels. You know what I mean? So we're not gonna hear them
speak to the media, and then they work with the cops.
Exactly.
Okay. It's the system.
It's the system, man. And
that word's overused too much within black folks.
It is, but it's like, if you don't know what the system is by now.
I still don't know what the fuck the system is, whatever.
It's everything we ate. That's what I guess. It's everything we ate, bro.
I don't hate too much. I know one day I could be eating
No, not that we hate. It's everything we ate.
Oh, we ate. Oh, yeah. That's facts.
It's everything we ate.
Yeah, somebody's like, oh, what are you eating? I'm like, Frosted Flakes. It's made by the system, my youth. The system. They want you to eat that. Cornflakes is supposed to eat what you eat. I'm like,
yo, you notice they sprinkle white on top of it? They trying to tell you something, Marv.
Shit.
They trying to tell you something.
They want you to get covered with the cocaine evidence. Yo, my question to you is, when do we talk to our black children about the police? I mean, you have tons of situations and stuff going on within the world. Now, your children are a lot older. Some people are probably listening, so they have their own young children and stuff and everything like that. And to help prevent, I want to say, another Tamir Rice situation.
I want to say is when your child reaches that age where they leave the house by themselves.
Okay, so we're saying like possibly like school, like 5, 6?
Nah, I'd probably say like closer to like maybe like 10, 11.
10, 11?
Yeah.
But some kids, their parents might let them play outside like 7, 8 years old.
Yeah, but
right?
when I mean like when you finally able to leave the house, like when you're going somewhere,
like you're gonna take the bus to go meet with your friends,
right? There's no adult supervision happening. You're just, you know what I mean, you're gonna go hang out with your friends, you go to the movies, you traveling by yourself,
right?
Because once you're at that realm, you pretty much you have to depend on yourself.
True.
There's certain things that you gotta know, certain situations you gotta know how to avoid, or know what to do when you get into, right?
I agree.
And I want to say, most racist police, the age of 10, you walking by yourself, they're going to look at you.
Kind of. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I want to say from that age on coming up, if they feel like you ain't got no business to be anywhere, they gonna look at you. They're gonna ask you where you go. They're gonna ask you all kinds of questions, this, that, and the third. So I think at that age is when you want to start preparing them to, don't be surprised.
No, I'm thinking because you're right though. Because hear me out. When I used to live in Miami, it was a group of black kids, us, and we had that one Asian friend, my boy Benji.
Yeah.
And we went to a convenience store and stuff for their, like, after school, and they focused everything on Benji, not us. And we're looking like, we were just shocked. I'm like, why? And the store owner's like, watch the Asian one, watch the Asian one. So I'm like, why? And he said, Asian one had to do something to prove to the black kids why he should be with the black kids. Yeah. I was looking like, the fuck? Yes, that's so true. He's like, I don't care. And he said, I don't care if you guys are 10 years old or not, what everything. He's like, I'm watching you, kid. And he looked at me and I was like, shit. But I'm like, that was a racist thing to say, yet true in some aspect. But then I'm looking at it and stuff as like, yeah, I guess at age 10,
yeah,
we had no adult supervision to and fro coming from school.
To and fro going to school, right?
So, yeah, I can work with that.
It's easy for you to be walking and the police should just pull you over and stop
and
you
just start asking you
questions. So that's what I'm saying. Around that's probably the age where you want to kind of start, preparing them for, hey, this is what may happen to you. This, it doesn't.
They can kill you.
This doesn't necessarily have to be the police.
Right.
It could just be someone who just looks at you as some young black kid up to no good and want to approach you. So you got to be able to prepare yourself.
George Zimmerman.
You got to be prepared for situations like this and know that, yeah, the entire world might not be out to get you, but there's some people who are not going to be for you or good for your life, period.
True.
Always, stuff like that always brings me back to the point where your story is funny because I have a similar one with me and my boy Swift. We were, we had the day off from school. Swift knew this I can't remember this just Asian chick named May. I think her name was May. She used to like me.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So one day we were doing this was during I had co-op classes. So I wasn't in school for like half the day. Half the day I'd be at home if I'm not at co-op.
Oh, is this the shoplifter chick?
It's the shoplifting chick, right?
Hey, May, I'm looking for a Gucci belt just in case. Continue.
So I'm at home chilling, Swift calls me. He's like, yo, May's here. May's really feeling you, this, that, and the third. They want to go on the road and stuff like that. Now, to me, May was always the fly chick that had the fly gear, right?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know May was killing it like that.
Mm-hmm.
I just figured
people got money.
She got, her parents got money. So
right,
you buy her again, stuff like that. So when Swift was telling me what's going on and so forth like that, I was like, again, I ain't working.
Right, so you went.
I ain't got no loot. The stuff that I wanted, I ain't gonna act like, I'm gonna shy away and turn my head from stuff like this.
Right,
you know what I mean? Like it is what it is at that time of me growing up. So we went on the road. We went on the road, and we literally, anywhere that we went, it was literally just eyes on me and Steve as two young black males.
Usual. And she just came up.
Doing nothing. Absolutely doing nothing. And I just the one store. I can't remember the name of the sports store, but the one sports store.
Don't give them no name if they're not cutting the check.
I can just remember just walking, me and my boy just walking in that one sports store, and the person working in it just followed me and Steve around the entire sports store, not noticing me and her other Asian friend going to town. Just like literally, like they were so concerned of two young black teenagers
Mm-hmm.
that they weren't noticing their store getting ripped
Usual.
to smithereens
Usual.
by 2 Asian teenagers,
Usual.
female teenagers.
Usual.
And it's like, it just really makes you think. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, my son could just be walking into a store to just look at sneakers that he might want. And he's already going to be looked at suspiciously.
That's what I'm saying. When do we have the discussion to these
Well, that's
kids?
what I'm saying. As soon as I know he able to go out by himself,
Done
I
deal.
have that talk with him.
Done deal.
I have that talk with him.
Yo, let me ask you this then. So with that whole situation and stuff, whatever, right? Like how they're watching you and everything like that. Say you turned around and stuff, whatever, and you said, are you watching me because I'm black? And they say, no, we're watching you because we have several thefts that happen in the store and everything like that, and you fit the description. Is that okay to drop the racist card in that situation?
If they tell me I fit the description.
So if they say no, you don't fit the description, but they had a lot of thefts that happened and stuff in the store.
As long as I'm not the only one that they're
watching,
then I can jive with that.
Do you feel some people overuse their racial card? I call it the black card.
I do. I think I think it happens a lot of times in situations where accountability should be had, and that person just doesn't want to take accountability, so they find an excuse for it.
So and the excuse would be the racist.
Let's face it. Racist people has made racism a convenient card to draw if you need to draw it.
Yes, but what if that's not the case? Then that's another false accusation.
Yeah, if it's not the case, it's a false accusation. Yes, but it's been so many situations where it is the case. It's almost like, at what point who believes that it's not the case?
I think we live in a world and stuff where you're guilty until proven innocent. Well, so I mean, if somebody comes out here and stuff right now and says you're a pedophile,
right,
and you know for a good known fact, whatever, that's not even in your realm.
That's not in my realm.
Everybody's gonna stick with the fact that you've been called a pedophile and stuff, whatever. So it's the same thing. If they paint you with that racist red,
right,
and it's something like you're a racist, and you're like, you're not racist though, and everything, and they're like, no, you're a racist. You just have to hug that, until you're proven innocent.
Yeah,
I think that right there in itself and stuff is like scary in itself. Because, especially in times now, like, to the Karens that's caught on camera and everything like that and everything.
Right.
And you see the side of the story, that's a racist look. Especially like the one with the building. You don't live here? And the man's like, I have my key. I live here. Where do you live? You trying to follow me to my apartment? Racist.
100%.
Racist. But that's what I'm saying. But you have a situation and stuff, whatever, that someone see a situation like that or see a video like that, they get enraged, and then a non-black person might look at them and stuff and like, what, I can't walk? Racist? Whoa. You just might fit a description, and I'm not comfortable with how you're looking, because some people move shifty. Some black people move shifty to me.
Yeah.
Some white people move shifty to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some people, like, I seen the Asian dude and stuff, whatever, and not even to call him out and stuff, but I seen the Asian dude and stuff, whatever. And he walked around my car.
Yeah.
Whatever, right? Granted, I'm not even gonna say what color car I got, whatever. My car's a different kind of color. And he walked around my car. I don't know what kind of purpose he walked around the car for.
Listen, that's okay if you're doing that with everyone who looks shifty, regardless of their skin tone. I can rock with that because now I know that, okay, it has nothing to do with me and my skin tone.
If they look shifty.
I just happen to look shifty and you're looking out for that. Shit, I would look out for that. You would look out for that.
CC bueno.
All right? So, yeah, in a situation like that, then I'm not looking at it as a racist thing. I'm always looking at it from the angle of what the person might be seeing. Right?
That's what my thing is first. You're absolutely right. Yeah. That's the reason why I don't drop the card, because, like I said, when the guy's walking around the car, he gave like a look like, I'm like, the fuck is he walking around my car? That's the first thing that went off in my head. I'm like, you might like the car. You might be interested in the car. He might was eyeing the car.
Yeah.
And everything like, but because he did like a little like, he did like one of those little model looks like, like, at first I wanted to yell out the window like, hey, this ain't the showroom though. But I'm like, you know what? Let it run.
Listen, if I'm getting into an elevator, right?
Mm-hmm.
Elevator hits ground. Elevator hits the 8th floor, right? I'm going down to the ground, right?
Mm-hmm.
Elevator door opens up, right? There's a white female in there and a white male in there, right? And the white male is he ain't looking too up and up.
You got that army tech?
You got the army
Back
tech,
up,
right?
back up. Mind your business.
Right?
Mind your business.
But then, you know what I mean? He comes off on my floor.
Mm-hmm.
I get in the elevator, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, when I get in the elevator now, she decides to clench her purse. Yeah, I'm going to look at that as racist. Because here you are with somebody in the elevator who is super shifty looking before me.
Mm-hmm.
You had no inkling to clench your purse then. But all of a sudden, now that I step into the elevator, probably looking all Rico Suave, I made that. Now all of a sudden you want to clench your purse?
So, okay. If you and a black chick is in the elevator and one Caucasian person walk on the elevator and stuff, whatever, don't you feel more secure and safe? Because you're kind of like, so you're going to the 13th floor.
Right.
Okay, most people don't have 13th floor. That's my lucky
Yeah,
number.
so-
That's my lucky 14. 14,
you need to
fucker.
skip that floor.
14th floor. You're going up. Somebody gets on the 2nd floor. White chick.
Right.
You go up 2 more floors. On the 4th floor, somebody gets on. Black chick. Y'all all going up and stuff and everything like whatever, right?
Right.
Do you feel more comfortable with the black chick in the elevator, or do you feel more comfortable with the white chick in the elevator?
Actually, I don't think I would feel... I think I would feel comfortable with both.
With both?
Yeah.
I feel like I'd be scared of both of them. I even dropped the word like... I felt... What's the word like for looking? He was leering. He was in the back of the elevator. He was leering at me. He was staring at me. He was undressing me with his eyes. I felt wrong. And that ain't the white chick that said it either.
You know what the funny thing is? Because if I'm ever in that situation...
Mm-hmm. But you know that situation happens often.
Yeah. And like I said, if I'm ever in that situation or I'm approaching that situation, I try to...
Close your eyes?
Not try to close my eyes, but I try to be as the least amount...
Liar as possible?
As least amount of threatening in appearance.
How do you do that?
Going in and the first thing... I'm a people person.
Take off your fucking hat, just pull a rabbit out of it.
I'm a people person. The first thing I'm going to go in the elevator, if I see somebody, I'm going to greet. Right?
Right.
I'm going to say, hello, how you doing? The day's nice.
Some people find that creepy. I do that shit all the time and stuff for them. People look at me like I'm a weirdo.
Who the hell find that creepy? They find that creepy?
Some people, because remember, we live in a world right now and stuff, whatever, where some parents probably raise their kids and stuff, whatever, do not talk to strangers.
Right.
They don't know you.
Right.
So you're having a child from like, say, 6 years old to like 18, do not talk to strangers. Now, let's say that person is 25, 26. They're in the elevator with you. They don't know you. You're considered a stranger. And you're like, hey, how's it going? People get shook. I was watching Blade the other day. The chick was in the elevator with the 2 bootleg, quote unquote, she thought was vampires. The guy's like, she turned around, she got paranoid. She looked behind her. The guy's like, how's it going? She turned back around like, I'm going to spray them with this garlic. That's what I'm saying. That's all he said was, how's it going?
But how did he look when he said, how is it going?
I can't change the face that my mama and my daddy gave me.
Did he look like a vampire menacing? When he said, because I'm going to tell you this. If I look to my left, if I look to my right, and those people look kind of menacing and asking me how I'm doing with a smile, I might take that a little different.
And that's what I'm saying. It ain't a race thing.
I might take a little different.
It ain't a race thing. It's just, I guess a human thing, a vibe thing. Your vibe for me might be smooth and melancholy. Your vibe I can probably bring in like another, I could bring in a white guy here in the studio and stuff, whatever, and everything. And he might give you a different type of vibe. You might say, Marv, do not bring him as a spectator back in his place again.
Right.
Whatever, right? Your vibe and stuff is different. and everything. And based on like a lot of preconceptions and stuff, that's why prejudice is a motherfucker. That will probably, it might stem from your prejudice or like you prejudging from other situations and stuff, whatever.
Right.
You might have seen a white guy like him, blonde hair, blue eye, all the above. And if he probably did one of these notions, the guy last time gave you a look like that, he was saying he's going to crack your windshield. And him just doing that brings you back to a PTSD moment and stuff, whatever. Like, nah, you're not fucking with this. Don't bring this guy back to the studio. I get it. But that's what I'm saying. A lot of times, we don't know until we get all the information as much as possible.
Oh, we never know 100% till we get all the information.
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying. When we
it's
don't...
all speculation.
And from the speculation, I feel like a lot of black people and stuff, whatever, we tend to jump the gun. We overuse our black card.
Yeah.
See, with me, I have run-ins and stuff, whatever, like in my job all the time, whatever, right? I'm a young black dude. Well, I'm not young. I'm old as shit now. I'm 35. But I used to say Big Daddy King, young, gifted, and black. I'm kind of old, gifted, and black now.
Right.
But I have run-ins constantly and stuff in my job, whatever, right? And before I drop the R word, I try to examine the situation, try to process all the information and stuff, whatever, first.
Right.
I go to work, I get some button-up and some casual-looking Jordans and everything. I'm not their quote-unquote typical Ivy League-looking kind of black kid.
Right.
And everything like that. I'm a modern-day black kid and stuff, whatever, from my own world. So now me interacting with the non-blacks, it might rub them a kind of different type of way.
Right.
Might be my look, might be my speech, might be my mannerisms. Something about it might trigger them and stuff, whatever. So before I jump up and say, you treat me like this because I'm black, I have to figure out what the fuck it is and stuff, whatever, first. As much as I can process.
Right.
Before I flip it. But
right.
I feel like constantly things are flipped. This Regis thing, I don't know. I feel like it was a card that was flipped. Until we get the information, for me, this is going to be a card that was flipped. Because
I can see it.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, that's just how I feel and stuff. I feel like we just kind of use that card a little too much. But, yeah, man. Yeah. All right, let's get off this race. Let's get to some regular wild shit. Go ahead.
Do you think
it ain't over in your world?
Do you think I'll just leave this one thought and then we'll wrap it up.
Go ahead,
Do you
Jerry.
think it's more common for us to have that position with the race card without having all the information, or more common of situations of Karens who act out of pocket with not having all the information?
Karens. My personal opinion is Karens. People fear what they don't understand, hate what they can't conquer. This is a theory of man. Nas said it best. And I've kind of treated that as like a gospel.
Yeah.
When you don't know, you fear. And when you feel like you can't beat whatever, you can't beat them, join them.
Yeah.
And if they don't want to join, that's another problem and stuff as is.
All right, perfect. Okay, one more, and then we'll wrap this section up. Because I like where you're going with that.
Go ahead.
All right, okay. With what's happening right now in North America, right? Would you consider this racism, or would you consider this ignorance?
What's going on with all the recent situations? I want to say majority of them is racism, and the other portion is ignorance. Because I feel like the thing like with the other cops speaking about how to subdue or hold a person and stuff, whatever.
Right.
If you choose not to go by what they're teaching you, or if that what that evil police precinct taught you,
right,
that's fucked.
Okay.
That's fucked. That's straight ignorance and stuff, whatever, right? But if it's just like the Karens and all that type of stuff, whatever, the man's mind is business, you're gonna say the man and all that type of stuff, that's racism.
Right.
That's racism.
Right.
Because if you got to know or try to get an understanding of some things, whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know you, never seen you in this building before, and everything. And the guy's like, whoa, that's racist. No, it's not racist. I never seen you here before. I associate with myself with damn everybody in the building.
Yeah.
I never seen you before. it ever occurred, and then even Karens or whatever could have like ever occurred to you. I could have been digging you. I could like you. That's why I'm asking you this.
Exactly.
And then the phone will go off because if I was like this, you're just talking to me because you're racist, and she's like, no, I thought you kind of cute. You know, I might want to fuck you sometime.
Yeah.
Well, here's my number. So what floor you live on? So I mean,
like when I think about white people and their stance, right? How you may have some black friends, or you may have friends of different colors, right? But you don't know anything of anything particular of their background, right? More than what you've been taught in school, more than what you've been this, that, and the third
of white people,
of black people.
Oh, black people. More, if we're saying from a white point of view.
Yeah, from a white point of view, right?
Gotcha.
You only know. Let's say I'm white. I'm your friend, right? I only know Marv, right? My interaction is only with Marv, right? So because I know you, because I interact with you, I vibe with you different, right? I have an understanding of you, right? But my understanding of you may not reflect my understanding of black people in general, right?
Right.
Because I'm basically probably gonna go off of what I've been taught about black people in general. Right. Now, I've never been taught about any of their accomplishments, right? I've never been taught about any of their importance as far as economics or science or whatever to America. Anything American-wise, development-wise, I've never been taught about their importance. Okay. Right? The only thing I've been shown on TV is
bad media.
Bad. Yeah. Right? Everything, right?
Right.
So now when I meet you and I speak to you, I still can't make the connection that there's probably more of you.
Right.
I'm probably just looking at you as an anomaly.
Right.
Right?
But that's your ignorance.
Ignorance.
That's your ignorance.
All right.
Because
so then this is why I'm asking. Do you feel like there's a lot of people who are just straight up know these things and are racist, or they're just ignorant?
They're just ignorant, because my thing and stuff is that what's wrong with having a conversation? I'm your friend. You're the white person. I'm the black person. Stuff like that. If I'm your quote unquote friend, or I'm the only one that you might know, why not have? It's not what you say; it's how you say some things. You see what I'm saying? Like that right there, it eliminates race and brings it to a more human type of level.
Right.
Any question you have and stuff, whatever, and as long as it's in a respectable manner, it's not coming from a malicious type of world, and it's trying to come from an understanding point of view. If I'm the anomaly and stuff, whatever, what's wrong with having a conversation? I heard this, whatever, but I'll paraphrase it because I don't like how they said it, whatever. I always say this. If it's a heavy ass conversation or it's a heavy question you want to ask, it might be the best question to ask.
Yeah.
And that's my thing. My thing and stuff is that a lot of people and stuff will be like, I don't know if smooth. It might be the best because it might spark a creative convo.
Right.
And we might have this kind of thing and stuff and everything, and it might bridge the gap.
It's funny because I think it was you who were telling me about that, the black dude who converted a lot of the Ku Klux Klan members.
Yeah.
Right. And I was saying, like, it's funny because, yeah, I can see that. I can see somebody not liking somebody else just out of just total ignorance of not knowing
nothing.
You know, who that person is, what that person's like, or this, that, and the
third.
But
you're not taught anything.
Then when you have that conversation, you start to see, hey, this person is similar to who I am. There's not much difference between us. Why do I hate this person again?
From ignorance.
You know, it's all ignorance. You know what I mean? And then we look at that. You know what I mean? We're, you know, you have some Caucasians who are, you know, fortunate to be able to have black friends and be able to find that culture, share that information, and get that knowledge. Mm-hmm. Whereas, you know, there's still a lot of rural America who haven't even seen a live black person. So they're still going off the information that they may have received or may have not received.
Right.
Right? To have that, you know, to change that
that's
pre-notion,
fine.
that
And
preconception.
there's nothing wrong with that, whatever. Contrary to what some people might believe that something's wrong with that, there's nothing wrong with that and stuff for that, because they're not going without, I want to say they're working within their realm.
Right.
You're working within your realm. If a black person or black family plops up and stuff for it, like picture, I don't know, let's say Quahog or some shit, like Family Guy or some shit.
Yeah.
And there's no Cleveland Brown.
Right.
Or there's no, what's the black guy? Ollie, the loud black guy on the news. There's none. First family that pop up and stuff, whatever, isn't your goal and stuff, or your thing should you be introduced to, welcome to the family, to the neighborhood?
Should be.
Once they come to the neighborhood and stuff, even if they weren't black, they were white.
Right.
You welcome them to the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And once the fact that they are black and stuff, you welcome them to the neighborhood and stuff. It's just a cue when they try to get to know the people as is. Forget the race thing, whatever. Once you get to know the people as is, then you say, okay, you know what? They don't seem that bad to have a convo with, whatever. Then you can get to the racial type of stuff.
Right.
If the ground and stuff is, or you plowed the ground properly for that convo.
Right.
If you just set up and stuff like, why is your hair nappy like that, folks? You got a darker skin tone there. You don't know nothing and stuff. You're not plowing the ground proper for a conversation. So it has to start from somewhere and everything. Like you have to be the change you want to see in the world. If your world doesn't want to revolve around that, that's fine too. Because that's ignorant. It's the same way. If you don't want to vote and you feel like your vote don't count, that's ignorant.
Yeah.
That's all it is. We good?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, we're good.
Sure? You don't want to bring in one? You want to talk about
No.
racial thing?
That was the last part of it I wanted to touch upon because it's
I got a black hoodie on. Am I a suspect? You want to talk about that?
I just look at it. I think a lot of what people are calling racism is really not. It's just ignorance. It's ignorance.
It's ignorance, babes. It's ignorance. Straight ignorance. All right, I want to touch on some shit, whatever, before we get the fuck up out of here real quick.
All right.
Azalea Banks says she slept with a lot of powerful men, including Mr. Funny Man David Chappelle.
She sleep with any white man?
She said powerful man. She didn't specify.
She didn't specify
who, but she
getting on.
She banged a few white dudes.
I'm pretty sure she did.
She did.
Someone paid for those titties.
Damn right. She posed on Playboy. Somebody paid for them titties.
Someone paid for those titties.
Do you believe her?
That shit that got the bang bang from Chappelle?
Chappelle and other powerful men.
Yeah.
Chappelle's a married man, though.
How much married men in Hollywood do you think that stopped before?
I'm not saying it stopped anybody and stuff with it, but my thing and stuff is that we've seen this scenario play out so many times, and I feel like we crucify the man more than we crucify the woman. Like, I don't want to say we crucify both, but I feel like more of the weight gets shifted towards the man than it gets to the woman.
Right.
Karine Steffans, Superhead.
Yeah.
When she did her like a tell-all book.
Mm-hmm.
Brittany Renner, she did one of the stuff recently too. Brittany Renner is hot. Superhead is hot. Can we say why they don't have like ugly thoughts out here and stuff, whatever, doing these things? They got these fire chicks doing these things.
Remember Cat Stats?
Yo, I always wanted a piece until she aired out Soulja Boy with the cocaine thing, whatever. Yeah.
Remember Cat Stack?
I remember Cat Stack. And that's what I'm saying, like, I look at it and stuff as this. The title is still Homewrecker, right?
Yeah.
But I don't feel like if the situation was flipped, let's say she was the married woman and Chappelle was the person and stuff, whatever, right? Would he be doing it for clout? If he said it, whatever, because he's still a comedian. It's just the situation's flipped. She's married.
Right.
Is he doing it for clout if he mentions it and stuff like whatever, or he's home wrecking?
No, I think he's doing it for clout if he mentions it.
Really?
Mm.
Yeah.
I actually think she's doing it for clout too.
I think she's doing it for clout because ain't nobody saying nothing about her.
Yeah, I think she's doing it for.
And once you mention the person's name, then they be like, "What does she do?" And then you find a song, streams are going up.
Yeah.
Now, let's say.
Now, has Dave come out and
no
denied or confirmed? He just gonna let it. He gonna let that one ride.
I think he's gonna let it ride for now. It's still early because remember we have a lot of other pressing issues that kind of came to the forefront.
Right.
So I think it might be either a matter of time or it might just get swept under the rug because these bigger issues and stuff, whatever. Because I never forget, like, who was it? It was Aaliyah. I use Aaliyah as an example and stuff for a long. I was depressed when Aaliyah died in a plane crash. Aaliyah died in a plane crash in what, 2001.
I think so.
And right after that, 9/11 happened. And it's kind of like Aaliyah's thing just
got wiped?
Yeah, got wiped because she died like the ending of August and then beginning of September and stuff, whatever. And then September 9/11, it's just like, doo-doo.
Yeah.
And then I think when war talks was coming up, then as you hear like the I Miss You, Aaliyah unreleased tracks, I'm like, oh shit, she did just die. So a lot of times, a lot of other, things come up and they take more pressing issues.
Right.
And then I think this might have a chance of service and stuff with it. But I just feel like a lot of times in scenarios and stuff like this, the men get more shit than the women do. Do you agree or disagree?
I don't know, because, somehow I feel like I feel it depends on the type of man that you are, the type of person you are in the public eye. Because I think...
Oh, so it's the public opinion of you matter.
Yeah.
So if you...
Because I think Dave is such on a pedestal comedian-wise.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think this is gonna be a dent in a Chappelle armor.
I think, I can agree with you and stuff on that, but I want to say there's even other situations where I don't think your occupation and stuff will rule you right or wrong.
No. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it would rule him right or wrong.
You're just saying
but
him.
Just him, the
and
stature
this situation.
of the person, and the fact that he's in comedy.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like to the point where you're not waiting to hear anything about his domestic life.
Mm-hmm.
You're waiting to hear what he'll be saying on his next comedy video about this whole situation.
So why couldn't Bill Cosby do something like this then?
Oh, well, he been out of comedy a long time. He's been out of comedy and the spotlight.
More to the story, comedians, if you're listening.
Time ago.
You better stay close to that mic on those stages. You better go to an open mic somewhere.
And it was another comedian holding his feet to the fire.
Yeah, Hannibal Buress.
Yeah. So then, and I mean, a situation like that is like...
Oh, he did it for clout.
And he got a show. He got
a hell of a deal.
He got a lot of shit out of it.
He got a lot of shit out of it.
He got a lot of shit out of it.
Yo, if you were to view yourself as a celebrity, what celebrity would you want to be? Or what celebrity would it be?
Denzel.
Yeah. Why do you think you're fucking Denzel? I'm curious.
What? I can't be Denzel.
I can't
feel like I'm Denzel.
I'm just curious. No.
What's wrong with that?
No. Yeah, the way I said it, you're right. I was being a dick. That was a bad. I'm curious. Why Denzel now?
I know. I think I kind of borrow his personality.
Okay, so give me 3 reasons why Denzel.
We're both sharp.
Okay, that's one.
We're well spoken.
Okay.
Yeah. And
don't pull your back out from this reach.
No. It's not a reach. We have good moral standards.
Ain't no Denzel's moral standards.
I'm just judging by his character.
The ones that he plays in the movies?
The ones he plays in the movies and the ones that I can see.
Get the fuck out of here.
Man, it's a good moral standard. You ain't never heard nothing bad about him. You ain't never heard nothing salacious or this, that, and the third.
I would
be a Denzel. I would be a Denzel.
So nothing salacious about you. Okay. I don't know. If I was a celeb.
You know, be Chris Tucker?
I could. I get loud at times, but I don't think it's fully Chris. I think, to be honest and stuff, whatever, I don't really consider myself any kind of upper there, whatever. I just consider myself like probably bruh man from the 5th floor. I'm just trying to get some food, man.
Bro man from the 5th floor?
Bro man from the 5th floor. I'm just trying to get some food, trying to make some money, keep my ends to myself, be around some good people. I mean, it's something basic. If I'm going to give a celebrity, like, I couldn't see myself and stuff or anything else because I look at it like this. You, as a celebrity and stuff, most celebrity people, they embody a lot of pressure and a lot of like things. Like, could you imagine like the weight on you for like not to fuck up? Like, say, you know, this goes from regular podcast to fame-ish to your famous.
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna start? You're gonna keep walking through, shaking all hands and stuff, whatever. And you have like 10 million places to go, or the allure is and stuff that the less people you talk to, and the more social media interaction you have with the peoples and stuff there, the more elusive you are, the bigger your stardom grows.
I'm gonna be as loose as a motherfucker, right?
Right?
I'm gonna be loose, but again,
that's not my
Denzel.
MO. Yeah, that's why you say you're Denzel. Enough said.
Denzel, low key is a motherfucker.
Are you low key though in that shirt?
Listen, man.
Are you low key in that shirt?
Don't mess with my Hawaiian Sophie
shirt.
Yo,
Hawaiian Sophie over here.
Don't mess with my Hawaiian Sophie shirt right
now.
I was like, yo, I ain't getting to wear this shit outside. This shit is going old in my closet. I gotta get to it before the moths do.
You get like those make baby COVID cuties. All right, man. Let's get to the question of the week so we can slide up out of this place.
Question of the week.
Question of the week. What is something that everyone can agree is a dick move?
Dirty Mackin.
Explain what the fuck a dirty Mackin is, because it feels like somebody dropped a damn Big Mac on the ground and try to pass it off to another person.
Dirty Mackin is when... Okay. It's a good way to explain it. Let's say you have a girlfriend.
Right.
Right? Me and you. We're not boys, but we're acquaintances. We know each other, this, that, and the third. We know a couple of people that we hang with, right? I kind of like your girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I kind of... I talk to your girlfriend every now and then.
Okay, so you got her ear every now and then.
Yeah. You do something that I assume that might be kind of lowish and maybe your girl don't know about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I bring it up to your girl in hopes that she would take that information,
leave me to get to you,
and come to me. And I just keep giving her information like that.
It is a dick move, but it makes bomb R&B songs. That's like every R&B person singing a song, though, trying to get at another person who's already with another person.
But it's such a dick move.
So we gotta stop championing the music then. We gotta stop championing the music. All the Mario, you should let me love you.
See, if I can't get you on my own merits, I don't want you. If I feel like I gotta...
That's true, because you're without my scope.
Yeah.
Because that means I'm going to constantly do things out my scope and out my realm to keep you. And then when I'm finally me, I lose you. Could you imagine? You work so hard to get a fucking chick and everything like that. And you're like, all right, you're going to finally let the notches of your belt out and just get relaxed and just be you. And then she's like, I don't like this. I like the person you've become. You're like, I always been like this.
It's funny though, because and it's something that we say that the majority of people find corny, but listen, you got a good girl.
Mm-hmm.
She tells you when somebody dirty macking.
I don't like that though.
You don't like if she tell you?
No, I not like. Here's my thing. I think he or she should just shoot the shit down in a relationship. If you're in a relationship with somebody, so it's like me in a relationship with a woman, and it'd be like, hey, yo, babe, just to let you know, I went out and stuff like that, whatever. I seen not your girl, but her friend, and she tried to get at me, but I shot it down. Just letting you know. Nigga, that's the basic rules of an agreement of the relationship. You're supposed to do that in a relationship.
No, okay, I get it, but okay, what if it's this way, right? She shoot it down. So she shoots it down, but she shouldn't tell you?
If she shoot it down?
Yeah. She should tell you or she shouldn't tell you? She should just shoot it down
immediately? Just shoot it down immediately.
Okay. But what if she shoots it down immediately, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then one day y'all are out somewhere and she sees dude and dude come up with you all, this, that, and they're going like this, that, and hugging you up and giving you most dabs, acting like he giving you the utmost respect, right?
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, behind your back,
he did this earlier or prior.
Right. And she looking at him and was like, that fucking shiesty ass nigga. Look at Mar have no idea what this nigga be trying to pull behind his back. This nigga trying to act all friendly and stuff like that. You think at that point she gonna want to keep it in, or she gonna want to tell you?
That's on her, but I won't marry to everything. Like I said, my goal or my thing is that she shoot it down, because she don't know how many shit I'm shooting down.
Yeah.
And my thing and stuff is not, we're like, oh, look who's the bigger hero. Oh, I shot this down, and I saved you from a friendship with that dirtbag. Well, I saved you from that friendship with dirt. Yo, we're not getting brownie points. The overall goal is just for us.
Right.
If it's us, I told you, like I said it before, you can't build a kingdom with somebody that wants the love or attention of the village.
Yeah.
My thing and stuff is like, yo, you do what you're supposed to do in a relationship the same way I'm supposed to do what I'm supposed to do in a relationship. If we have an issue and everything, it's still supposed to be us against the world. If they're not us, they're the world. It's us versus them.
Yeah.
Family or not.
I see it. You know what happened to me one time?
Talk the things down. Sound like an experience.
It happened to me.
It
happened to me one time. It happened with my wife before my wife was my wife.
Mm-hmm.
Right? One of my boys seen her on the subway.
Wait, can we highlight? Is he still a former boy?
No, it's a friend. It's to this
day?
friend. Yeah,
oh,
it's a friend to this day. Seen her on the subway, right? And tried to kick game to her, right? But she was not having it, right? Shot it down and so forth like that, and then I ended up coming to one of the areas where we usually hang out with her, and he seen her. So then, right away, he told me. He said, "Yo, you know, I tried to kick it to her, but I didn't know it was your girl."
Right.
I said, "Dude,
it's all good.
It's all good. Look at her. If I seen her by herself,
I can respect.
I would try to kick it to her to me, but she never told
you. Right.
You understand? She just shot it down. So just like how you said, she just shot it down, but at the same time,
she's not looking for brownie points.
But at the same time, he ain't come up to me and like, you know what I mean, like
trying to super dap and
trying to act like, yo, you know what I mean. So I respect that from him.
Yeah,
for doing that.
I respect the person and stuff like that with it. But that's what I'm saying.
But then I look at that. That's not a dirty Mac.
No, that's not a dirty Mac.
No, that's not a dirty Mac
at all.
Yeah, because one, he didn't know.
Right.
Two, he came out and told me.
Right.
Yeah.
That's not a dirty Mac. No, I don't. I agree, because see, my thing and stuff is that I can. I don't know. I might put an extra stroke in for her that night or something like that.
For the shutdown?
Like, yeah, if I go in like, yo, you know, I seen your girl, didn't even know it's your girl stuff. I tried to kick game and it wasn't going anywhere. She just kept saying, no, she's not interested. No, and all the above. I'm like, oh, really? Huh? He's like, babe, you want something a little extra? You want a McDonald's apple pie tonight on the way home? Why are you so friendly? Because I love you, boo. That's what I'm saying. I feel like you're supposed to do this basic stuff in a relationship. Yeah. And the fact that you are holding up your end of the bargain without me knowing, it's more of a better thing.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you don't need to highlight the type of things like, don't tell me you're great, whatever, right? Like, you don't need to toot your own horn and stuff when you're great. You don't need to talk the talk, walk the walk.
That's it.
Done.
That's it.
Done. What I feel like is a constant dick move and stuff for that too. What I feel more of as a dick move and stuff, whatever, is take advantage of the weak. I know we are talking about the whole the respect, self-respect and everything like that, whatever.
Yeah.
But I think, especially as adults, you can kind of gather, not so young adults, teenagers, young adults. I think when I say like adults old enough to legally drink in North America, I feel like you come to a point and stuff where you realize and stuff like, yo, it went from a joke to basically a literally punching bag and everything like that, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then when it's kind of like, if someone else can watch your situation, your interaction like me, like, shut your punk ass up, with your bitch ass, and your hoe ass, and trick ass, and everything. And somebody's in the back like, leave him alone! Dick move. When everybody can realize and stuff that you've now taken a situation and stuff or a joke and you kind of just made it go too far in the realm.
Right.
And everything. And I remember you said it and stuff. A lot of people don't pay attention to body language and everything like that.
No.
So if I say some shit like that and I realize you feel uncomfortable, I might hit with another joke and stuff with it. But I feel like if you're going deeper and deeper into a show, like you're not even laughing, you look damn near depressed, why the fuck am I still beating you down?
Yeah.
That's a dick move.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a dick move.
All right. Let's get to these Ask the Sons. Ask the Sons.
They asking us, man. But y'all asking us out there.
They're asking us something precisely for this week.
Oh, okay.
Jean Grey states, are non-black people being crucified for taking black people's side with these racial killings?
You know, that's a good question. I would like to think no, but the mind in me tells me that some are.
I'm saying yes. The
mind in me is telling me some are.
The reason I'm saying yes, because the ones that's legitimately not looting, the ones that are siding and stuff like that, whatever. I know a girl who's white.
Yeah.
We've never dated, but we're friends and everything and stuff like that, whatever. She told me one day and stuff, whatever. She's like, she's dated one white guy, probably like in middle school.
Yeah.
White guy took her virginity, excuse me. White guy took her virginity and stuff and everything. And after that, all she dated is black guys because that's just the culture she's used to.
Right.
And everything like that, right? And her brother and her cousin called her a nigga lover.
Yeah.
And that was her, just like, that's her before just dating a few guys. She said when she lost virginity, she said she was like 15, 14,
Right.
15.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Middle school going to high school. The first time she slept with a black guy and stuff when she was like 18.
Okay.
And she's been called a nigga lover before she even slept with a black guy.
Mm.
So these people and stuff that are just rioting and saying like they're wrong to like a racist eye, not an ignorant eye, but to a racist eye.
Yeah.
They're probably calling these non-black people nigga lovers.
Yeah. I can see that.
So
I can see that. I can see that probably happening more with strangers than with like friends and family members, because friends and family members probably have an idea of your preference and have more than likely accepted that, even if it's not up front and face with it. They probably accepted it on the inside and that's it, right? And looking at it from a standpoint of, because at the end of the day, injustice is just injustice.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And we can't. No one can argue against that.
Right.
Right. So even if you're not one to speak up about it, you can't deny that's happening, right? So if your sister, who happens, you're white, your sister so happens to speak out about it, and you know it's injustice, you're probably ain't gonna say nothing to your sister about it.
Yeah, but some people don't look at it as injustice. Like they just look at it stuff as that it doesn't concern you. Don't stick your neck out to it and stuff like that, right? It's kind of like how I felt with the Asian community and stuff whatever before.
Right.
Where we were going through all these chronicles and stuff whatever before. No one spoke out for, or they never spoke out for us.
Right.
After the COVID situation and the China virus and all that type of stuff and the Wu-Tang flu and everything, they're looking like, yo, we're being ill-treated and stuff, whatever, right? And I'm like, y'all didn't stick your neck out before. And because to you guys, what we were going through had no concern to you.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, they're looking at, like, I'm kind of looking at it from like, yo, their point of view and stuff is that, bruh, it's Black Lives Matter. That's what they're saying. You're white. Yeah. Why do you care so much to fight a battle when we're good, but they're there? Yeah.
But then again, you're looking at it from, well, the person who's involving themselves, I guess they're looking at it from the cultural standpoint, right? Yeah. It's like, yeah, I may not be black, but I claim this culture is much as mine as any other black person, right? And I think if you're looking at it from that standpoint, and you operate from that standpoint, I think the people who are around you kind of notice and reflect. Like shout out to the Reza brothers, man. I was asked another post about if my white friends keep the same energy. And I replied to the post, yeah. Like the white people who I know and I speak to, they're almost just as vocal, if not more vocal, than a lot of black people on my timeline. So I never look at it as a situation where no, they're rocking with me because I'm black or because the situation's messed up and they want to be on the right side of things. No, like this is them. Like from the point that I known them,
right?
It's always been an absorption of black culture,
right?
And it's a culture that has accepted them. So yeah, when anything affects the culture that has accepted them, they feel affected about it. And they feel strongly enough that they want to voice their opinions about it.
Right.
So I see, my man Lucas, my man Adrian, they post all the time, constantly to the point where I have that question sometimes. Whereas, I wonder how some of your, some of your white counterparts or family members may have feel towards this. But everybody knows them and knows the type of people that they are. Mm-hmm. That even if they did think a way about it, they wouldn't say anything about it because they know they come with the full force.
Gotcha. Okay. Sal Away says, okay, I got to give you the backing on this because she gave the backing. She's like, please give the backing before you give the answer. My husband and I moved in with my sister to save some money to buy a house.
Okay.
The sister and the husband, the relationship has got a little close.
Okay.
Do you think they're having an affair?
All right. How long has the marriage been?
She didn't specify.
But
she specified. The sister just broke up with her boyfriend before quarantine.
Right.
So she's in a vulnerable state.
Sister's in a vulnerable state.
Right.
Okay.
And husband's just being friendly. But there's certain porns that start like that too.
Yeah, but you know what? I just look at it as prior to this, before her moving in, her interaction or her, knowledge about your boyfriend or your husband probably was just secondhand coming from you.
What do you mean?
Let's say, okay, you have a sister, right?
Okay.
She has a boyfriend, right? Mm. You only speak with him when you see him, when you see your sister and stuff like that, right?
Depends on the family.
Depending on the family, right? But I'm typically you only see him. Your only interactions with him is when they come by, right? Okay. Like he's not a friend of yours, so you don't call him every day. You guys don't go hang out, this, that, and the third, right?
Okay.
So there's no real relationship between you and the boyfriend or you and the husband.
Okay.
It's between the relationships between you and your sister, right?
Right.
Right. But then something goes down, right? And then now your sister and her boyfriend has to move in with you, right?
Okay. I'm not fucking my sister's boyfriend, by the way.
You're not fucking your sister's boyfriend.
Okay.
But we're just using this as an example, man.
Okay, it's a bad example. Okay, continue.
Now y'all are in the same house chilling, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, he asked you if you're watching the TV because he about to watch he wanted to try and get the game. And he's like, oh shit. Nah, go ahead, because I was gonna turn it on to the game too, right?
Right.
So y'all get to find out y'all into the basketball games, right? Y'all start talking about basketball. You start like
basketball, not his balls.
You basketball,
right?
You find out you guys have similar teams, right?
Right.
Then you start finding out y'all have similar interests, right?
Right.
And now the conversation is much more than, oh, it's just my sister's boyfriend. Nah, this dude is actually cool. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like we can have conversations this, that, and the third. But you didn't know anything before that because that word there
just
was
interaction like that was different.
Right.
I get
this
that.
Is what I'm saying. Like between the sister now and the husband, it could be a similar thing.
It could be, but remember, most of the time, so most men and women both agree that men and women just can't be friends. And much as when you're in a situation and stuff, whatever, where now, I want to say, even an outside party can see that bonding and stuff is kind of taking place.
Yeah.
They automatically assume the worst. There's tons of times I'm guilty of it, whatever, where I know a cool ass lady at work.
Yeah.
Like she's real super cool. She's like upper management. And I know a doctor who's super cool as shit.
Right.
Right? I don't know how long they might have known each other before me getting to the hospital and everything, like whatever, right? But one day I remember I walked past one window and I seen him outside just sitting on the bench and just shooting the shit, just talking.
Yeah.
It looked super, 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 super friendly. Like look beyond the type of thing and stuff, whatever, right? But
that's the optics it gave off.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's the optic. And that's
optics
the,
it gave
I
off.
feel like this is the optics and stuff that's given off and stuff, whatever.
Right.
From there and stuff, whatever. That's why I was like, I don't try to go with this brother shit because I ain't fucking know nobody's mad, first and foremost. But I don't do dick.
But I mean, even with the optics of it being super friendly, doesn't necessarily mean that it's super friendly.
Absolutely.
It just means that, hey, you know what?
Does mean like, yeah, they just bond.
They bond.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, people feel that men and women, most of the time, can't be just friends when it goes to a certain type of level, and much less how many, I don't know if you watch Maury or Jerry like I watch Maury and Jerry like it was back in the day.
Yeah.
I'm living in the house of my sister's fucking my man.
Yeah.
And you know, there's even like, not even brothers and sisters, brothers and stuff, whatever, but it's kind of like, dude's living with his roommate, and his roommate ended up smashing his girl.
Yeah.
So, dun, 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 dun. Sally, you're not far off. But I look at it stuff as that I agree with him. The dynamic in a relationship could have blossomed because you guys are now in the same living quarters.
Yeah.
That's what I feel. Until you catch somebody in hand and red act.
Exactly.
And everything like whatever, don't assume the worst, hope for the best.
Exactly. I mean, that's what I would say to that situation. You know what I mean? And you would hope that your family members and your significant other can have a good relationship.
Yeah, you want that.
I mean, you hope they're not screwing, but you would hope that they have a good relationship.
I would hope, I would hope. That's what I hope for the best for that. Last question comes from Chill Bill. Chill Bill. What is the weirdest thing you have done for money?
Weirdest thing I've done for money.
This I gotta hear from your Denzel ass.
But I ain't doing nothing weird for money.
Never.
Not
even when you were younger. They never had you like in a bogle contest to go dance and stuff, whatever.
No.
And you dance doing the butterfly and stuff for like nothing weird for money? I don't believe you.
Nothing.
So you say you were never a simp and you never done nothing weird for money before.
Yeah.
I call bullshit.
I was never a simp, man. I've never done anything weird for money. The only thing I would say I did weird that was for money was probably just be on Style by Jury.
The weirdest thing you've done for money?
That would be the weirdest thing I did for a paycheck.
I got two things. I got one.
Yeah, because we know we know you. We know you did something strange for a piece of change.
Yeah, but I was younger. I have more scruples and morals now.
Do you?
Because I make decent money. I make decent money, bitch.
Yeah. That's stopping you? The decent money?
Yeah, damn right. Well, no, I'm looking for a PS5. So if you know anybody that's willing to pay, I might just exchange some PS5. But no butt stuff.
Hold on.
I want to say I know when I was in 5th grade. No, I was in 3rd grade. I went to a party, like a birthday party or something like that. And the adults were there. I think, it was like a dance contest. And like Tootsie Roll was that song.
Yeah.
And they're like, yo, who can do Tootsie Roll better and stuff? I'm like, Tootsie Roll's like a kind of a soft dance for a young boy. Whatever, but I Tootsie Roll the shit for $10.
You Tootsie Roll for $10?
For $10.
You have no shame in your game.
I had no scruples.
You got no shame in your game.
And I know, like in 5th or 6th grade, I remember we did the whole dance with the remember Fun Dip, the candy?
Yes.
With the suck on the stick and thing?
Yeah.
Somebody bet me $10 I won't sniff the Fun Dip like it was cocaine. Yo. I'm a recovering sugar addict. Yo, I did it like a quick little bump, and I was like, ah! It was a different world. It burned, but I treated it like it was coke. I did it for $10. I was a cheap thrower back then. What do you want from me?
You got the $10, right?
I got my $10.
Okay,
they gave me my $10.
Sorry, as long as you got the $10.
I got my $10.
As long as you got the $10.
You never did that shit for money? Nothing weird thing for the money?
No.
You a lie. I don't believe you.
I know you was gonna believe me.
I don't. I don't think the people believe you either. I don't think listeners believe your ass either.
I'm telling the truth, people. I'm telling the truth.
All right, man. Some off with Associated Sons and slide up out this place. Associated Sons this week. Raise your words, not your voice. It's the rain that grows flowers, not thunder.
So says the Sons.
So say the Sons. Yeah, I don't think we need all this loud noise from these looting and all the above, the mishaps and misfortunes and nonsense is going out here.
Yeah.
The extra stuff to prove the point that a man lost his life. I feel like I said, we have to beat them at their own game. So it's just the words of the power of our vote, power of this new Black Friday movement.
Yeah.
Certain things like that will hold more weight than just making a whole 100%. Lot of noise.
100%, man.
So yeah,
100%, man. I think I might even look to put together something about that Black Friday and post and see if I can get a few people to go ahead and post and see if we can just make something.
I'm down.
Something happen. You know what I mean? Because it's like I said, I seen this one thing. It was so powerful to me. Is this clip that was going by, and it was protesters. They was out in the streets, and it was 2 older dudes and like a young kid, right? And dude was arguing. He was like, "Yo, we can't keep doing this. We can't keep doing this." He goes, 5 years ago, I was out here protesting. He goes, nothing changed. We got to do something different. The other dude was like, sometimes you got to stand your ground. And he goes, nah, we can't do it like this. It don't make no sense. He looked at the kid. He goes, look, he 46 and he angry. I'm 31 and I'm angry. You 16 and you angry. He goes, nothing's changed, man. This is going 5 years from now, we're going to be right here, the same thing, doing the same thing.
Mike Brown. St. Louis. So
yeah, man. So it's, I think what I want people to do if they, find it possible is to decompress, man. Just one day, just not taking any news, not taking any form of social media. I know it's probably it's going to be hard for a lot of people at this point, but I think a lot of what we see is just feeding that negativity, and it's drowning out a lot of positiveness. It's clouding our thinking and our judgment, right? And I think if we allow ourselves to, we talk about decompressing all the time, just just pulling back and just being one with yourself, one with your thoughts, and kind of not have things clouding your judgment. I think if we allow ourselves to do that, then more situations will come to light as far as how about doing things. More conversations would be had without the yelling, without the scream, about why this has not worked and what can we do or what can we try that might work. I mean, as opposed to just beating our heads over, doing the same thing with the same damn results.
Yeah.
It's how we see it, man. It's how we see it. So,
that's it. Once again, folks, thank you for listening to the Podical Sons. Remember, the difference between genius and stupidity is that genius has its limits Peace and love, y'all. Be safe out there. Think before you react. Definitely.
Peace. And let's put an end to ignorance and racism at the same time.
Peace.
The Podical Sons with Not Your Average Joseph and Sofa King Marvelous.